I have got a man crush on Bo Nix. He
Welcome to Tiger Square, where to guys who were told there is no Santa Claus at the age of 2. Try to form simple sentences on the ongoing of college football. I apologize in
Good
advance.
Thursday morning and welcome to Tiger Square Podcast. We're going to do our Thursday preview show. This is your boy Shane for the last time in Panama City, Florida. Going to be back home in my hometown of Pensacola, Florida. Been a long 8 weeks of training. I'm working for Kava, if you've ever heard of that. And we got your boy Jason up there in the Northern Lights area of Alaska that we've actually been able to enjoy some of that down here in the good old South. And today we're going to preview our games. It's only going to be 2 apiece. We're going to do our Roberts Bowl predictions. But before that, we have a couple shout outs. Number one, I want to shout out happy birthday to my nephew Ethan Roberts. Ethan, I hope you like the video. You probably will get the video before you watch this, so you'll see what I'm talking about. And hats off to your lovely girlfriend, Kelsey, who putting that together. And look forward to meeting her, buddy. And Jason, your shout out.
I have two shout outs. I am very blessed with a number of aunts, but I just so happen to have talked to two of them right before airing today, my Aunt Deborah and my Aunt Diane. And they wanted to make sure that we had a celebrity guest appearance or voice on here.
It was so good talking to you guys the other night. I had to put you on there. I know y'all said y'all didn't, but hey, I grabbed those pictures off the internet, so they're already on the internet. So just FYI, I didn't just randomly get those pictures.
For them on who the next LSU coach is. So for my Aunt Diane, she says Frank Wilson, the interim coach right now. He loves LSU. And they said, hell no to Lane Kiffin, who is a closet pervert. So she'll know that reference. I'm not going to go into that. We try to keep it PG-ish on this show. And my Aunt Deborah, she says Joe Brady, Shades of 2019 will resurrect us. So thank you, ladies, for watching. I appreciate it. I love y'all very much.
But just here's the story about Diane, who didn't give me any dang LSU tickets several years ago. But hey, Diane, we appreciate you following us and liking the videos. As you see on the video on the podcast, I'm just a good old boy, like your nephew Jason. And I know you're troubled in your thoughts and you're remembering not giving me the tickets because I'm an Auburn fan. But I hope that you can see that maybe that was not the right decision, but we love you anyway.
That's still the right decision. You're still an Auburn fan. I already know the big. You might be a nice guy and all. You're still an Auburn fan.
Right. All right. So
All right, let's
we're
get
going to go
going.
right into the previews. There wasn't a lot of, this is getting down to the nitty gritty part of the season. So not a lot of
Mhm.
ranked on ranked games. So we're only going to do 2 apiece. And I'm going to start us out. And, the Virginia at Duke game. And this game, both of those teams still have a chance to make it to the All Chaos Conference championship game, the ACC, mind you. And, Duke is actually at home, not ranked, with 3 losses, and they're favored by 4.5 points. And Virginia, honestly has the inside track, a better inside track of making the playoffs. They lost
Yeah.
the game last week against Wake Forest. And if you look at the stat sheet, man, these guys put up a lot of points. The over under is at 58.5. Duke is favored by 4.5. And I believe that Virginia, they see that this is a must win situation. But if you just go down the stats, they're both averaging 400 over 400 yards a game, 300 in passing. But here's the difference, Jason. The turnovers.
Listen,
the turnovers. The Virginia has a +5 on turnovers, and Duke has given away all kinds of points in the red zone with their defense. So here's my preview on this game. Virginia's going to go into whatever they call Duke Stadium. It's not Chris Chesky because that's well. What's that?
Said mayonnaise, Duke's mayonnaise.
Yeah,
Sorry, bad joke.
yeah. Anyway, so Virginia's going to go into Duke. I would bet the over on this. Duke is averaging 35 points a game. Virginia's going to be averaging 33 points a game. I think Virginia goes in there. I believe that this final score, Jason, write this down. Jason, write it down now, is going to be 42-39 in overtime, and Virginia will win that game in overtime with a field goal. 42-39. Virginia for the win. Val Pope's alive.
Duke. Virginia. Put it in the notes.
Man, hey, it's gonna be like the Iowa game I called last week, man. You're just gonna wake up Sunday morning going, "Wow, man, this guy's on fire."
I have no doubts that you're on fire. However, isn't it just weird? Here we are in mid-November, and a game that we're previewing is Virginia Duke. I mean, that's just college football 2025 this year. Um, I have no insight into this game. I have not watched either team play a game this year. I think I watched a little bit of the end last week there when Virginia lost. Uh, but I would say that I'm betting the over on this game possibly, and sitting here looking at things right now, that Virginia's quarterback Chandler Morris may return Saturday, so I think that's going to play a big factor on whether or not Virginia's competitive. But just a side note that's really funny. So I typed in as we're sitting here talking Virginia versus Duke, and I just didn't put anything else out there, and it comes up with basketball. That's how relevant Google thinks Virginia and Duke is.
With basketball because they're yes, I mean yes.
I just thought that was funny, so I had to make sure that it's
ACC,
specified football.
listen to us now, ACC. We shouldn't be talking about Duke and Virginia. I'm sorry, not in November. Sorry.
Not in November,
You
but
got
this is
Clemson,
where we're at.
you got Miami, you got Florida State, you got Georgia Tech. This should not be a relevant game that we're discussing. But anyway, over to you, Jason.
I'm gonna meet. I'm gonna start with the Notre Dame Pitt game. I don't think there's going to be a lot to talk about here. Notre Dame's favorite. I saw it 12 and a half. It's the site I was at. Over and under 55 and a half. Doing a little bit of homework on this. The only nugget there that I see is that Pitt has the 11th ranked passing yards per game and the best run defense in the country. I had to double check that to see if that even was right because it just doesn't sound right. But evidently, it's true. I will say that Pitt hasn't seen a tandem of running backs like they're going to see with Notre Dame. The Jeremiah Love kid he's special, and his counterpart. My apologies for not knowing his name off the top of my head here, but they're your basic. Think of old. You'll like this, Shane. O'Callaghan Williams, Ronnie Brown. Who were the two guys? Felix Jones over there in Arkansas that they had there, that tandem that they had. But I think they're just going to punch Pitt to death. Notre Dame's going to cover the spread, I think. And yeah, I don't think this is going to be what to do about nothing. Give me Notre Dame uh, to cover. I don't know, the 12 and a half. If you guys saw something, maybe at 10, if you can find Notre Dame at 10. Take Notre Dame covering at that. But I think that's about all there is to that game.
So here's what I have on this, Jason. Pitt's going to win this game. They're going to channel their inner Tony Dorsett, who I believe graduated from that school. And if I'm wrong, then I'm wrong. Sorry, folks. But that just came to the top of my head while you were talking about Pitt. But I'm pretty sure. Google it while I'm talking, man. Let me know if I'm right.
Yeah, but not many people are going to remember that. Just Tony Dorsett.
Yes. And I think
Yeah.
Pitt wins, knocks Notre Dame out of the playoff contention so Vandy can get in. What do you have, Jay? Am I right?
I like it. I can't. I
Okay.
can't take Pitt in this game. So I like it where your head's at. He did go to Pitt. Good job,
Yeah.
Shane.
It just came to my head. I don't know how that random thought, what our fact was, is way back here somewhere, man. Like, I thought I had drank enough Crown to get rid of that, but it's still back there somewhere.
Good job. I wouldn't have
Yeah.
not known that. So good job. Tony Dorsett. Pitt. You heard it here. Tiger
Tony
Squared.
Dorsett, if you're out there watching, you're welcome.
Drop a like. Shane, your next game.
Oh, it is my turn, isn't it? Oh.
Yes, it
So
is.
this has been like a pretty good recent history in the SEC classic matchup. Texas going to Georgia. Texas is in a must-win situation to keep their playoff hopes alive. It's a battle of the former Nick Saban assistants with Scarcesian, and you got your boy Smart out there, who both were under the great one, Nick Saban, who's probably going to coach at LSU at $16.5 million a year. They're going to give him keys to the. They're going to give him keys to the state. They're going to give him a brand new Lamborghini. What else are they
Whatever
going to
you
give him?
want.
They're going to
Whatever
make
you want.
governor, whatever. They're gonna make him the owner of Baton Rouge, the city of Baton Rouge. Anyway, enough about Nick Saban. Jason, just hear me out here, okay?
Okay, here we go.
Texas is coming off of a bye week. Georgia has skated death too many times, and they have too many close games that they could have lost. Texas is going to go into Georgia and win by 6 points, 30-24. Manning will have the game of his life. He will channel his uncles Eli and Peyton in this game, and will throw for 400 yards, and Texas wins the game.
That is. You sure you don't want to say that for your bold prediction?
No, that's just the fact. Texas is gonna Texas is getting tired of them being the third best team in Texas and under Texas Tech and Texas A&M. So they want to take the reins back and say, we're the best team in Texas. Watch us beat Georgia.
If you go to Georgia and beat Georgia, you're definitely going to turn some heads. Shane, I'm glad you previewed this game, not me. I just want to sit there with some popcorn and just watch it. This kind of recipe for a very entertaining ball game. I'm probably going to have to lean Georgia. Uh, I'm just not there with Texas. I know last week they won, um, and they looked really good. That team who won last weekend was not the team that has been playing all year. I don't know if that was aberration of just what is college football and sports in general. Talking about the Vandy game, but they played inspired football. They're going to have to bring all that energy that they had uh, to Georgia in order to win. They're going to have to play all 4 quarters, and I think that's where Ole Miss and Tennessee both fell short and could have won when you talk about skate. And I think I've said on the podcast, Georgia plays every minute of all 4 quarters. So if Texas wants to win, they're going to have to play every minute of all 4 quarters. It's doable. Georgia is vulnerable, but I'm just going to sit back with adult beverage, kid friendly adult beverage, and watch this game and just enjoy some college football. Uh, that brings me to another juicy, entertaining game: Oklahoma versus Alabama. This is a massive game of the SEC with SEC championship and playoff implications. Alabama is favored. It's going to be played at Alabama. Uh, Alabama with 5.5 that they're favored. Under 45.5. If Alabama wins, it almost guarantees them a spot in the playoffs, regardless of what happens over there in Auburn. Um, if Oklahoma wins, it keeps the SEC championships and playoff dreams alive. Everyone remembers last year the ass beating Oklahoma gave Alabama last year. Everybody thought Alabama's program was left for dead, no resurrecting, no Nick Saban, no safety net. That team was done. However, this is a different year. This is a different Alabama team. They have their quarterback and they're flicking on all cylinders. They are vulnerable, but they're good. And it looks like they're back. And this pains me to say all this, but I'm doing my professionalism and I'm giving it straight. When Oklahoma's defense stops the run, it usually wins. Alabama defense, they've been average. If you're Oklahoma, stuff to run, make Todd Simpson beat you. He can, uh, but making that's going to have to be Oklahoma's recipe for upset this weekend. It's on the road. Oklahoma's shown that they can win on the road. They went to Tennessee, got the win over there at Neyland Stadium, a very tough venue to play at. To be the man, you got to beat the man, and Alabama, unfortunately, is still the man. So give me Alabama in this game, Shane. Even though I'd love to see Oklahoma put a dent in uh, the dreams and hopes of Alabama fans, and that boils it basically down to the Iron Bowl, last game of the season, where I'm sure the entire country will be watching. Shane, I predict this is going to be another fun, entertaining game as well, like the Georgia Texas game. I'm looking very forward to this game. Go ahead.
Jason, I'm not going to offer a preview of this game. I have a question instead.
Okay. Do
In
you ask?
Tuscaloosa, Alabama, the football field is named Saban Field, correct?
I think so. I think they have they dedicated the field already to him. Okay. Go ahead.
So let's play this scenario out, Jason. Saban coaches LSU for 3 years.
Uh-huh.
That's what the scuttlebutt is, right? So it's going to be 3
Yes.
years, and names his successor. He sweeps Bama for those 3 years and wins 2 natties in those 3 years. Do they change the name of Saban Field? Okay. All right.
But I would
so
love to see those.
that's not going to happen, by the way. Anyway, so we're now in our portion after the previews of the games that we like to make some bold predictions or not. I mean, whatever. But I'm going to change gears here a little bit. And I'm kind of disappointed, and maybe I'll be disappointed when I wake up Monday morning. Who knows? But I have got a man crush on Bo Nix. You know, he played for Auburn. We got rid of him for some unknown reason. We let him transfer to Oregon, where he did fabulous.
Harson.
Yeah, Harson choked on that D. Anyway, and he's been phenomenal. He made the playoffs last year, and all the NFL talking heads are not giving him his flowers, so to speak, when it comes to what he get done in the game. And they play Kansas City this weekend at home. They're in Denver, Jason. They're in Denver, and they're dogs by 3.5. And this is going
Makes
to be a
sense.
statement game. This is going to be a statement game for Bo Nix, Sean Payton. You know, this is where they open up the eyes of the NFL and go, hey, we're a legitimate playoff contender. We're going to win this conference. We're going to be in the division championship game, which is something I predicted a few weeks ago. And
At
I
the
think
beginning
Bo
of the
Nix,
season.
Yeah, I think Bo Nix has a breakout game versus Kansas City and Mahomes, and I think that they go and they stay at home. They win this game. I don't want to say they're going to win by a lot because that's not what Denver does. You know, they score 33 points in the fourth quarter to come back and win a game. I mean, what the f?
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
but Robert's bold prediction is that Bo Nix puts his name into the MVP uh, conversation after this weekend.
Okay. Uh, he has played some really good football. I have been on. You've put him on my map, and I made a couple, let's say, extracurricular dollars by taking a certain quarterback. He has been a covering machine. Shane, I think, yeah, and I think Kansas City's vulnerable. Why not? Why not Denver? You know, and I don't think that's a far thing to say that they can beat Kansas City this weekend. And Bo Nix has been one of the better players this year. So, um, but yeah, I'm sure that's going to sting a little bit as a fan going to Oregon. So,
It sings it sings about as much as almost almost as much as our undefeated season in 2003 where we didn't win the national championship.
almost. But
Almost.
Auburn just declares whatever year they want as national champs. I think that was just for a while too.
Well, that's
Oh,
Bama.
thought
Okay,
Auburn
okay,
had
okay. No,
the
hey,
player.
time out, Kirby Smart. We'll open up this discussion. Should any undefeated SEC team in any, I mean, let's just call it. It was a year before the BCS started. Auburn was 14-0, won their bowl game. They were in the Sugar Bowl. They beat Virginia Tech, not by a lot. I think it was like 9-6 or 12-9 or something like that. But they
That was
won.
back when Virginia Tech was relevant.
That's when they had Michael Vick. And
Frank Bean.
Reggie Bush was the running back for USC and was getting all the glamour. And they won their bowl game. We're also undefeated. I think Matt Leinart was the quarterback, so they got a lot of attention there. Jason, your video's off, so I'm going to close this up. Hopefully, you can still see me. But here's what's going to, I think that they should have won the national championship that year, and a lot of people do. But hey, as always, guys, thank you for watching Tiger Square Podcast Thursday Preview, Robert's Bowl Predictions. We'll be back on Tuesday morning with our recap from the weekend and talk about what happened here. And we appreciate you guys watching, liking, commenting, sharing. Thank you guys so much. We love you guys, and have a great night.
And so I think we had some technical difficulties. I wasn't able to do my Roberts bold prediction. So my Roberts bold prediction is that before the season is out, before the Army Navy game, Shane Roberts will get a microphone to do his podcast with. I know that's a little bit lackluster, but it's our podcast. We can do kind of whatever we want. That is my bold prediction, Shane. I got faith in you, sir. Make this bold prediction, my only bold prediction of the season, come true. Thank you for watching. Thank you, Aunt Deborah. Thank you, Aunt Donna. Appreciate everything. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Thank you.